Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Before my scheduled gamer villainous guide of Oogie Boogie begins, I got a special. This is a special message before this video. I've never had to do something like this before because something like this has never happened. I mean, it's been a whole month now, and right at the start, about 2-3 months in advance, I always plan out my videos for each month or the following 2 months. And I already plan on doing this villainous guide right on Halloween. And so the coincidence that this kind of happened is weird. On the 1st of this month, beginning of October, the amazing Ken Page passed away, sadly, at 80 years old. He is known on Broadway, and I get that. But for me, he will always be the gambling boogeyman, the mischievous bag of bugs, Oogie Boogie, from my favorite Tim Burton movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I just find it kind of weird that the month I'm doing this, that I'll be doing the review of his villain guide on Halloween, and he dies right on October 1st. Kind of feels symbolic for me. So I just gotta wear my Master of Fright shirt. Still have my beautiful Oogie Boogie artwork up, and basically just give my piece and say, rest in peace, Ken Page. You, with your stunning voice, and even though you were only in the last third of the movie, and in both Kingdom Hearts games when Halloween Town was in and Oogie Boogie was there, and Oogie's Revenge video game, you gave us not only an amazing villain that so many people can love for future generations, and I know I have a lot of friends who love Oogie Boogie and The Nightmare Before Christmas in general. And I know he can't hear this or anything, like he's gone, but this is just a tribute to him of how amazing his was. From his jokeful nature that he brought to the character, to the absolute banger of a villain song. Actually, multiple villain songs, if I'm including the Oogie's Revenge game. His 2 variations of the Oogie Boogie song, and then a filthy finale at the end of the game. From when he gets real in close and the slow and quieter pitch that he does, to the bombastic energy he gives right throughout the entirety of the songs. So Ken Page, this is my tribute to you and anyone who loves this video. I just gotta say, keep being Oogie and boogie on for the I didn't plan that out, but you guys know what I mean. Even though legends are gone, legends have passed us gone, never forget how amazing their roles and their careers and what amazing people they've been. And just this year, if I recall, or maybe years later, Ken Page. I can't say enough. Rest in peace, and thank you for showing us that just because you're filled with bugs doesn't mean you can't have style. And now, on to the review. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Game Hub. I'm your host, GamerK, and happy Halloween to all. It is Halloween night, and I am ecstatic. I am really happy about this review because we are going into GamerK's Villainous Guide with the solo villain expansion set filled with fright. And as you can see, it's the one and only Oogie Boogie. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited for tonight. Halloween, I'm doing this video a couple hours in advance so I don't get interrupted by trick-or-treaters. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I wanted Oogie Boogie into the game years ago, and when they announced he's going to be a solo set, I loved it. So, there it is, Oogie Boogie with that shadow, the nice yellow, nice kind of, I don't know what kind of color that is, but that is yellow, filled with fright. I am the shadow on the moon at night, filling your dreams to the brim with fright. This is Halloween. So I'll be going over Oogie Boogie for all you Nightmare Before Christmas fans who so happen to love the game Villainous. And again, I got to give credit to Ravensburg because they had, I mean, if you go to one of my older videos of my ideas for new Villainous expansions, 2 villains I said are basically in the game now. I will be getting to one of them many in the future. Hopefully they bring more ideas. But basically what they said, I kind of said a little bit. And go and watch that video. Link will be... No link. So let's just get on to the Oogie Boogie time. Oh, and I do love... Okay, I just gotta show you this. Because it is a single set, just like Marvel Villainous Venom, Oogie has his own box. But look what they did to the inside of the box. It looks like it's filled with crawly bugs and insects and all that good stuff. That not only is disgusting, but so beautifully done. Like, I love this. That is disgusting and positively Oogie. So let's get on to it again. And also for the game, you need 2 of these amazing dice that are exact copies of Oogie's actual dice. Because if you can see the skull imagery, the red, like they could have, once again, Ravensburger, sorry, I've been saying Ravensburg for all this time. Ravensburg, you guys go above and beyond for detail. Like, they could have just done, like, other game, like basic board games and just given us red dice. That's it. But they went above and beyond and did the skull dice. No, not that skull dice. And given us, like, the actual Oogie Boogie dice. Like, this is amazing. And they actually function. They're not just for show. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. I rolled and I got snake eyes. Huh. Okay, I guess it only works when Oogie does it. Oh my god, I rolled just to demonstrate and I get snake eyes. That is 1 in 12 of doing that, I believe. No, 2 in 12. Oh my god. That is amazing. I am keeping those there for the rest of the video. That is amazing. Oh my god. I guess I'm bad at the boogeyman right now. And also, first off, we go over his mover, and I love this. It's basically his bag body, and if you can't really see it, they did the molded versions of bugs and creepy crawlies crawling all over it. And I do like how it's slunched over with his wobbly legs, and if you can look a little closer, they did like these little indents where showcases where his eyes would be. And I love that they didn't do the bag color like a beige bag. But they went with the nice slimy green, creepy green that Oogie, that is when he's lit up. I love it. Again, Ravensburger, you guys go above and beyond for detail. And I applaud you at every single review. And here's Oogie Boogie's game board with a beautiful illustration of Oogie Boogie right when he enters to go after, when he's revealed to Sandy. Looks like it's Oogie's turn to boogie now. Defeat Jack Skellington. Very simplistic. Mostly, again, he's only in the last third, so... And now we open up his board, and we get these amazing Halloween realms. We got Halloween Town, with the beautiful image of the town square. We get the Trio's Treehouse, which is, again, very beautifully done. A lot better than what they did for Kingdom Hearts 1, when they did Oogie's Manor. Holy crap. And then we get the Graveyard, which is also Spiral Hill, which should be called Spiral Hill. I'm just going to say it's a little nit. And then we get Oogie Boogie's there with the And I like that they didn't do the entirety of like the roulette wheel and everything, but they went with the entrance gate of when Oogie shows up right at the beginning of Oogie Boogie's song, and I love it. I love it. Okay, start off. So basically, Oogie's objective is to defeat Jack Skellington, and before I even review the card, Oogie's got a special setup. Sandy Claus will be placed right there in Oogie's lair at the start of the game. Basically, you'll be using Sandy as bait in order to lure Jack to you, and then you have to defeat him. So, again, not a basic setup, but a setup nonetheless that is really interesting. Also, throughout the game, Oogie will be using his dice to kind of modify abilities and all that, and to get results for certain cards. So, let's start off with Oogie Boogie's villain deck. And as always, before I freaking forget again, here's the back of the cards, and it's that nice kind of olive kind of grimy green that I love. On the top, you got Oogie Boogie's shadow on the moon and the bats flying around. You got Shock's mask, got Lock's mask, and then you got Barrel's mask. And then you got on the edges here a couple of those shadow figures that appear throughout near the end of Oogie Boogie's song when they're coming towards Sandy Claus. And you got the 8-ball mixer with the blades at the bottom. So for all you Nightmare Before Christmas fans out there, and or you Oogie Boogie fans and everything, there you go. Take a screenshot of that. Get a tattoo. Am I encouraging people to get tattoos of all their favorite villains? Yes, because when you get because mostly everyone's going to be doing tattoos of the villains themselves, so get something really, really beautifully done, like these nice layouts for it. If you need to fill up a sleeve or your leg or something. So as always with the Disney Villainous, we will be going through the villain deck, and starting off are the condition cards, which are basically trap cards. So we got 4 conditions for Oogie Boogie. We got 2 copies of What Did Santa Bring You? And it's a terrifying image of the that flying creepy doll thing and the vampire duck scaring the bejesus out of these kids. Get 2 copies of that. And the fact that this was a 3D animated a stop motion one. The way that they pick the images to do for these cards are beautifully done. During their turn, if another player takes a play a card action, you may play What Did Santa Bring You? You may discard any number of cards in your hand and draw 2 cards. So basically, yeah. You just get to get rid of cards you don't want and add new cards. And then we get 2 copies of Trick or Treat with the 3 little brats kidnapping Sandy. And this is one thing I love, and the attention to detail. They did not put Christmas Town in the realm, because aside from Kingdom Hearts 2, Oogie never went to Christmas Town, so it wouldn't make sense for it to be his realm. That's, again, another thing I love, is that all the villains, their realms are places that they are in or they go to throughout the movie. So I love attention to detail there. Trick or Treat. During their turn, if another player gains power, play Trick or Treat. Roll the dice. On a result of 8 or higher, Oogie Boogie gains that same power. On a result of 7 or less, take 1 power from any player. So yeah, this is another card where Oogie's dice rolls will basically determine what kind of effect we'll get off, which I do like. And primarily, Oogie's deck is really effect heavy. It's mostly effects and item and allies, but I like that though. First off, we have, let's see. Here we go. We got 3 copies of Making Christmas Time. Making Christmas time to... Okay, you know what? I'm not going to sing. And I do love the image of the clown putting the heads into the scare in the box, because I don't like Jack in the Box. It's kind of... I do love this image, though. Roll the dice. On a result of 8 or higher, perform any available non-fate action in Oogie Boogie's realm. On a result of 7 or less, you draw 1 card. So again, Oogie's entire deck is normally based on the roll of the dice. And there are certain cards that will aid in that once I get to them. So it's not all luck. And then we get 2 copies of... What have we here? And there's that great image of glow-in-the-dark Oogie Boogie with all the bugs in his mouth. That's amazing. That is always good. When I was a kid and I first saw the trailer for Nightmare Before Christmas on a DVD or a VHS, I was scared and I didn't really start liking it until I was older, like 10 or 11. So, yeah. Perform a vanquish action, then roll the dice. On a result of 8 or plus, do not discard the allies used to defeat the hero. On a result of 7 or less, put the allies into your hand. So basically, again, when you play this card and you have the ability to do vanquishing a hero on your side of the board with your allies, you either keep them on the board or they'll just return to your hand instead of going to the discard pile. Like I said, highly focused on... Holy crap, I keep forgetting how many copies there are. There are 6 copies... Yeah, 6 of a crucial card. Imposter Sandy Claus. And there we have Jack in his Santa suit, looking all proud. This is the card in order to get off your win condition. When Imposter Sandy Claus is played, roll the dice. On a result of 7 or 8, place this card next to Sandy Claus. If Jack Skellington is in play, reduce his strength by 1 instead. If the result is 6 or less, discard this card. So yeah, like I stated, during the game, Sandy will be right here at all times. When there are 4, and Sandy Claus's card, and I do like how it goes in tangent with the What Have We Here card, because these are from the same scene with Sandy Claus and the black light looking. When there are 4 Imposter Sandy Claus in a pile next to Sandy Claus, find Jack and place him at Oogie Boogie's lair. Remove Sandy Claus from the game. And I do like that his text underneath, instead of hero, it says prisoner. I like that. That's a fun little detail. So while he's there throughout the game, and again, he's not covering an action spot. So him being there doesn't really hurt Oogie. So on a result of 7 or more, you will place them right next to Sandy. And once the 4 are there, then you search for Jack and you discard Sandy and these imposters. I do like how they function, this whole mechanic. I do like it. And then we get 1 copy of It's a Vacation with this terrified look of Santa looking at the dozens of Halloween Town, which I find funny. Discard the top 3 fate cards. Draw 1 villain card for each hero discarded. So this is a really fun way of getting rid of certain characters while at the same time building up your hand advantage, which is basically what Oogie does, build your gambling advantage. And then we got the most costful card in Oogie's deck, which is a 5, and it's 1 copy of This Time We Bagged Him. And the image of Lock, Shock, and Barrel with Tub, with Santa in the giant bag with some of the Desizens getting ready for Christmas. Choose and play an effect from Oogie Boogie's discard pile for free. If you need to roll the dice, you choose the result. So this card is highly powerful, and there is only 1 copy, but basically you get to reuse an effect and determine what effect you want to activate, which I do love that. That some cards allow to eliminate the choice of the dice roll. And then we go on to items, and we get 1 copy of the only item in his deck, Bathtub. Yes, this location gains an activate action, so it would be really smart to either Actually, there are no activate actions on Oogie's board, so placing him anywhere would be beneficial. Activate to move Bathtub to a new location, then move any number of allies to that location. So he rounds up all the allies and brings them to a bigger spot to attack a hero. And then now we go to the allies, and we got a good number of allies in this deck. We got the 4 copies of Bats. These are the creepy glow-in-the-dark bats in his lair. When Bats is used to vanquish action, place Bats in the discard pile. Search the discard pile for an ally and place that ally to Oogie Boogie's realm. So once the Bats are used, you basically get another ally to add back to your hand. And I do love the design of the card, like they went for this. They could have just ignored this. And then we get 2 copies of This Is Creepy of Spider, and as you can see, it's the spider that comes out of Oogie's top, out of his the tip of his head. I just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first. We get 2 copies of that, and this is a free card. When spiders are used to defeat a hero, gain 1 power and draw a card. So they may be weak, but they give you a lot of benefits. And I did never realize the Oogie Boogie out of focus in the background. That is beautifully done. That is beautiful. And we have our final 3 allies in the game. And obviously, it won't be Oogie Boogie if he didn't have his cohorts. Lock. Great image of Lock there. Lock gains +1 strength when Shock is in play. Lock gains strength when Barrel is +1 strength when Barrel is in play. Allies cost 1 less power to play. So basically, Lock will, so as you can kind of guess, Lock will gain power when Shock's in the realm, and he will gain 1 when Barrel's in the realm, and the other 2 will have the same effect. So they work off of each other. So combined, if all 3 are in play, they will each have a strength of 4, so that equals 12. Yeah. And then we get Shock, holding that big chest of scorpions. You know, the same ability as Lock, but Shock, when Oogie Boogie moves to Shock's location, you may draw a card. You draw a card. So, again, they each have their own unique ability. And I like Barrel's more, and there is Barrel with the scorpions on his head and his dumb face. When Oogie Boogie rolls the dice at Barrel's location, so basically, rolls the dice at Barrel's location? Oh, okay, I get it. So when Oogie Boogie plays a card, when he plays a card that requires a dice roll while he's at Barrel's location, his ability will kick off, which will increase the result by 1. So Barrel's helping Oogie cheat by adding an extra value to the dice roll. And to the last 3 cards of Oogie Boogie's deck is his specialty card, which is a cheat. 3 loaded dice. And we got the beautiful image of the snake eye snake going through the dice. I like that. You may play loaded dice immediately after you roll the dice. No play a card action needed. Re-roll a die and then discard this card. And what I do love is that so basically you can hold on to these when you want. It's better to hold them off until late game, but if you need to get a quick advantage later on, I'd save them. However, you better be mindful because there is only 3 copies of this loaded dice in the deck. And your cards that allow you to activate an effect do not work on these because these are cheats. I'm happy that they clarified that. That's a good way of not... that's a good loophole. I love that. And now on to the hero deck, which again is just the villain one, but all in the white and gold. There's the image. And this deck is mostly heroes. It's got no items. It has a good number of effects, but it's mostly heroes. So we have 2 copies of Hallo, Oogie. And that great image of Jack just intimidating Oogie just by being there and everything. But Jack, They said you were dead. You must be double dead. I'm very surprised they did not include any of Oogie Boogie's torture devices, like the saw blades or the playing cards with swords or anything like that. Or the roulette wheel. I'm very surprised, but I guess, they had to cut the fat somewhere. Place Hello Oogie under Oogie's mover. Next time, after Oogie rolls dice, discard Hello Oogie and reduce the result by 2. So basically, yeah, this will move with you when you move until you roll a dice. Yeah, so then you just remove it and reduce the value by 2. Very annoying card, but very practical. Very cool. Very nice. Then we get 2 copies of Distraction. And there we have Sally trying to get Sandy out of there. Surprised they didn't go with the image of the leg. But I get it. Move a hero to an adjacent location. You may discard a hero or item from that hero's new location. Now, here's the thing. If any of your opponents are trying to get Sandy away from Oogie's lair in any way, it's not going to work because he's a prisoner, not a hero. Just like with the cheat card, these cards do not work on them. Which I do love that. Again, I love that little clarification. And then we get 1 copy of Set Things Right. That great image of Jack telling Zero to be quiet while he sneaks in the lair. Oogie must reveal his hand. Choose 1 card to remove. Nice. And now we're on to the heroes, which I'm very weirded out that... Actually, I'm not weirded out because I like what they did here. We get 4 copies of Citizens of Halloween Town. And then we got the Devil, we got the Werewolf, and we got Mr. Hyde. Yeah, for anyone who didn't know this creepy dudes. No, wait. No, that's Harlequin. That's not Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde's the guy with the multiple people in his hat. This is Harlequin. My bad, guys. It took me a minute. But great picture of them from the town meeting song. Oogie Boogie must defeat citizens of Halloween Town before you defeat any other hero in their location. Okay, so applying these guys to where Jack is really going to stall. And also, it's not like a card like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Magician's Valkyria, where they prevent a spellcaster from being attacked. These guys do not stop each other from being attacked. So there's no stalemate thing there. And then we got 1 copy of Dr. Finkelstein. And there's a great image of him scratching his brain while he's examining. When Dr. Finkelstein is defeated, place him on top of the Fate deck and then shuffle. Yeah, this doctor's not going anywhere. Very nice. And then we get 1 copy of the Mayor of Halloween Town. And I love the image they went with him. Basically saying there's only 365 days till next Halloween. I'm an elected official. I can't handle this by myself. When Mayor of Halloween Town is defeated, reveal fate cards until you find a hero and play that hero to any location. So he's an elected official. He's going to have any other hero take a spot once he's gone. Sounds about right. And then we got 1 copy of Zero. And there he is, just this happy-go-lucky dog. I'm going to name my future dog Zero if it's a male. Oh, but it will, yeah, I'll name him Zero. Jack Skellington gains +2 strength while Zero is in play. Always there for your master, buddy. And then we got 1 image of card of Sally. And there's a nice image they picked of her with the flower. Really nice. When Sally is played, move Oogie Boogie to her location. When Sally is in play, Oogie Boogie can only move to adjacent locations. So basically, if she's at the trio's house, we can only move to Halloween Town and the graveyard. and back to the treehouse. Can only do adjacent. Great way of restricting Oogie's movements. And finally, guys, we have Does the music go through? Okay, just checking. We got the one copy of the one, the only Jack Skellington, and with one of the highest strengths in Villainous, 8. He is a hero / effect, and I love this image that they went with of Jack coming out of the fountain. It's glorious. When Jack Skellington is played from the Fate deck, Jack Skellington is an effect that discards an imposter Sandy Claus. Otherwise, Jack Skellington is a hero with no abilities. So basically, when he's revealed for a Fate action, he will remove one of the imposters from the pile because there has to be 4 in order for Jack to come out of hiding. Anyway, I love how they implemented Oogie's whole gambling aesthetic and the whole theme of the movie of the last quarter battle with Jack. How they implemented it so well. I love it. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Have a happy Halloween. Join me next month, ladies and gentlemen, where it's the month of November, my birth month, and we're going to start off by going over my favorite animes. Yeah, nothing cryptic this time. Because I'm pretty sure I can hear how trick-or-treaters coming to the door, so I got to wrap this up quickly. So yeah, top 13 animes starting off next month. And then I'll get back into being more cryptic with my videos. This is GamerK, logging out.